nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two. Are you ready?
It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's Hard Way Wrestling. Didn't even sound like JR. That was the bad. I need to work on my JR impression. I need to work on my JR impression.
I was about to say,
Anybody
By
got
God,
any
by God.
By God. By God.
I was going to say, if you're going to do JR, you need a little more twang. So
I fell off my scooter. My wife died.
Oh, Jesus.
That's all. Is that too much?
Oh,
Now I'm banging. What's the chicken? What is the chick that he was tagging there for a while? Or that was the rumor. What's the one that was running around with Britt Baker? The one that can't wrestle.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about, yeah, because he was commenting on stuff. Who the hell
Yeah.
was it? Who name?
I have no
I
idea.
can't remember.
Rebel.
Rebel.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is.
Rebel, yeah.
Rebel, Rebel, not Rebel.
I was going to say, if it was Jamie Hayter, I was going to be like, oh, man, JR, you lucky bastard.
It's like, I keep calling her Tori Wilson. All right, welcome to Hardway Wrestling. We are back. It is another Monday Madness. Not a lot on the card today, boys, but we do got some stuff to talk about. I got Ricky wearing his Hardway Wrestling shirt for sale. We still have I think there's about 8 of those left. I sold some this weekend at a show. We got Scotty fresh off the heel, just landed. How are your arms? Are they tired?
Yeah, no, my whole body is tired from flying.
He just landed his soup spoon here in at his house, and he's back from Detroit, Rock City, right? You were in Detroit?
No, wrong, Grand Rapids actually, but yeah.
Michigan.
Huh?
Michigan, you know.
Michigan, yes.
Michigan. OH. Okay, and we got Brian Hardy, the new ATCW Heavyweight Champion of the World.
There you go.
What's up, people?
Brian, I wasn't gonna start off with this, but we gotta start off with it. The second generation sensation is now the ATCW Heavyweight Champion.
Dude, is your wrist hurting? Hurting?
I'm already booking your loss, sir.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Jesus.
I'll tell you what, man.
The only House of Cross member worthy is
weekend.
AK.
Painful bout. So, if you didn't go to an ATCW show this weekend, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You should have been there. You could have saw Brian go through the gauntlet match of his life. Actually, you didn't go through the gauntlet, right? Were you the last one?
I had the easiest part because I was the last one. However, I woke up the next day. My knees were feeling it. My lower back was feeling it. My arms were feeling it. I'm like, good Lord. But I gave Robbie Wayne everything I had. And he tried to cheat. And it didn't, so no surprise there. And it didn't work out in his favor. Chucky reversed the decision. And the bell rang. And I can't say what happened after that. But I know that he ended up staring up at the lights and 1, 2, 3, new champion right here. Boom.
Oh, so you're saying Brian did something illegal to cause the first pinfall, and he actually pinned you?
All I know is that I hit him with a move, and then the next thing I knew, I turned around, and there was this big, gigantic monster in the ring, and I was like, dude, I don't know you, but I'm swinging for you, and I took off with that swing. He ducked. I got black hole slammed. Bam. Next thing I know, Robbie Wayne is over top of me. 1, 2, 3. So, technically, Robbie Wayne might have held this belt for like 60 seconds.
Wow.
If that.
Held it for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
Coffee in the big time.
like he said, we're not going to do this way in ATCW. And the decision was reversed. The bell rang. Next thing I know, someone else was in the ring, and there happened to be.
Who else was in the ring?
I think it was that one guy, the guy that I'm not too fond of. His name was Too Fine Chris Klein. And see, here's the problem.
Humper? The Humper guy?
Yeah, here's the problem. Chris Klein is not a good guy in pro wrestling, and I am a good guy in pro wrestling. So I was so confused when he literally took this title and smacked Robbie Wayne upside the head with this belt and left the ring.
So wait a minute. Robbie did something illegal and pinned you for the title. Chucky Manson restarted the match. Then something illegal happened to Robbie, and it wasn't a restart?
I think by that point, Chucky was in the back. I think something was going on. I think he had to get some dessert or something like that. But I know that by the time
you can find Chucky Manson in catering.
I know by the time that happened,
Scott wasn't there, so he knew there was some food left and concessions for him to eat.
Chris Klein was a thing of the past. He was gone. He was out of the ring. And I took advantage of that. I capitalized and I covered Robbie Wayne and the new ATCW champion.
Wow.
And it's been great, man. I've done everything but go to Disneyland. I've gone to Dairy Queen. I've gone to
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Okay.
I've never been to a Waffle House.
Waffle House is always the first stop.
Yeah, that was my first stop, but I've never been to one in my entire life. So for the rest of my life, I'll be an old man like 30 years from now, and I'll be like, that night I won the ATCW championship, that was my first time at a Waffle House.
Wow. I don't know about you guys. I've been up and down these streets myself, and I hate Waffle House.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do. And that's how I know that I'm not supposed to be in professional wrestling. I don't like the Waffle House. I think it was gypped on hash browns.
It's Denny's. It's Denny's or IHOP all day long.
I mean,
I love Denny's and IHOP.
You can never find those. Like you fart and turn around to take a whiff of it, and there's a fucking yeah.
Well, where are you going with that?
Yeah.
Waffle.
I hate
a fart.
Hate them. And actually, you can't tell if it's a Waffle House or a fart. It all smells the same.
Blue waffle.
Like I said, man, it was wild because the boys were with me, and both my oldest sons were with me, and they did not think that I was going to walk into the building, into the Waffle House with the title. And you best believe I did, baby.
I'll tell you one thing: the Waffle House has seen, between the Waffle House and Denny's, it's seen a lot of wrestlers over the years.
Oh yeah.
Sure. First time I ever seen Snooker was in a Denny's.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was younger, yeah. I told him that. I told him that when
before or after the murder.
Before, and that's alleged. That's alleged murder.
Yes, alleged is the term.
Rest in peace, Jimmy.
Yes, I got a good Snooker story or two in my book. Read it.
I can't fucking.
I'm still waiting on the copy.
Yeah,
autographed.
I'm still waiting on the big coloring book edition. I actually I ran into I did a show with Jimmy and Culpepper, and I said to him, "Hey man, when I was like 10," which made him feel real good because I was like 19 at the time. I was like, when I was like 10, I ran into you at the Denny's. He goes, "Oh, I remember you, brother." And I was like, and you couldn't even see him because of all the smoke. And I was like, no way, bro. No way.
You remember, like you saw me. He's like, I know, brother. I remember 2 scrambled eggs, 1 piece of bacon.
I remember, brother. I got that moon over my head. You were sitting there. You were sitting in with your mother. Like, yeah, I was sitting there with my mom. And my mom disappeared for a while. Do you know anything about that?
Oh my god.
Anyway, Brian Hart, we're going to start the show with Brian Hart being the new world champion. And by the way, you weren't the only one this weekend or this week that was wrestling. Well, actually, I didn't wrestle. I was accompanying my man, AK, down to the ring. And we made quick work of, I don't even know what his name is, some kid out of Philadelphia. So,
and I saw your suit, man. Your suit looked fly.
I'm always fresh.
It was fly.
I'm always fresh. Did you guys see the picture? Actually, the guy from Philadelphia was really nice. He allowed me to hug him. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys saw that picture. So
I don't know where you learned to hug, but around the neck is
it's more endearing that way. Yeah.
yeah, it's I really felt really close to the guy. And it's so close I could told you what kind of shampoo he was wearing or he had on or he used. So yeah, he said, "Hey man, I'm kind of resting here in the corner. Can you just come give me a hug, make me feel better about what AK is about doing?" I said, "Hey man, not a problem." So listen, if you look, the arm is on the chin, not under the chin, it's on the chin. So it was all legal. So it's good.
You had his
And
back.
that idiot Brandon was the referee, and you know how slow he is to get his head around. So he never thought. So anyway, all right. Well, let's get this going. We had Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory this weekend. It was a jam-packed show and confusing because we have a fantasy league, Brian, and I believe that we're going to get you involved next year. We have a fantasy league, and one of the matches on that card was MK Ultra versus Deonna Purrazzo and who was it? Who was the other one? Deonna Purrazzo
Tasha
and
Steeles or
Tasha
something.
Steeles. And for some reason, we can't find the results of that match.
Oh.
We don't even know if it's like if a tree fell in the woods type of thing. I don't know if they didn't have anybody in the building and they just decided to say, well, it is whatever. We're just not going to wrestle.
Oh,
we cannot figure out what happened. We really can't. So
Yeah, and it's screwing my perfect card up.
And maybe that shoot kick to the head is why it's not being shown or aired somewhere. But
we checked on. I was all over X. Sorry, X. My bad. We were all over X, all over YouTube, all over the internet. I did see finally this morning. I saw where Deonna Purrazzo said that she wasn't happy that she took that kick from Tasha Steeles, and then I saw a picture of MK Ultra still holding the titles. Gotcha. We still don't know if they wrestled. We don't know if they actually wrestled. So if I get screwed out of this title over these points, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah. Well, considering that.
Yeah, now your girlfriend currently is atop the leaderboard pending this match.
Your girlfriend's atop the leaderboard, and I am very close. I'm a few points away beating your girlfriend at the top of that leaderboard so that I can rightfully get that belt back that you stole from me.
My perfect card, and I'm creeping right back closer to the top.
Yeah. It's bumper to bumper traffic, and Ricky is on off 3 exits behind. So don't worry about
don't worry.
Don't gotta worry about Ricky right now. But I tell you what, she is Jess is really, when I first started dating her, she wasn't a wrestling fan at all. And then she saw me running around in my underwear, and she was like, "That looks cool." So she is now embraced wrestling, and every time I turn around, she's doing something else when it involves wrestling. Today she was driving out on the phone where she's driving. She goes, "What is this jabroni doing?" I was like,
nice.
I don't even know that she knew she said it, but it made me laugh.
That's awesome.
And shout out to the bottom 3 of our fantasy league, Damien, who's run back-to-back non-perfect cards because he didn't even fill them out. My boy Ham, he got 5 points for spelling his name right on the form. And Chucky Manson, he's just an idiot. So he don't know.
I would agree.
He's lucky he can book an ATCW show rather than fill out a form. Love you, Chucky.
That's where we are in our fantasy stats right now. So I was finishing the story after she said, "What's this jabroni doing?" She drove by me and went,
Yeah.
Gave him the cross. She gave him the chops.
Oh, nice. That's funny.
All right, well, let's get to these results. We had a jam-packed card, Chicago, and you know what Chicago means.
Look at my eyes.
What do you see?
The cost of meat with extra cheese.
Oh shit! Another company CM Punk doesn't work for. So they were in Chicago this week for Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is actually a big show for them, and it's always a jam pack. You know, one thing Impact really does, they do great pay-per-views. They really do.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. So we had first match. We had the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. I didn't get to watch much of this pay-per-view because I was off making people smile. You know what I do?
Same.
So,
But you got to start it with the beginning of the night. We had the Hall of Fame kicking.
we did have the Hall of Fame. Well, Brian, who was in the Hall of Fame?
So it was Tracy Brooks this year.
Yep.
And Don West and Mike Tenay. And was that it? Was it just the three of them?
I think it was just those.
Yeah, I believe it was just those three.
Yeah, it's not like the WWE where they put in the Kool-Aid Man. The mailman that used to deliver mail to the old Titan Towers. They don't just put everybody in.
Of course.
The NDA wing.
WWE needs to have the paralegal wing now.
The NDA section.
The NDA wing. Yeah, but you can't get in; it's locked. All right, so Mike Tenay, long-time voice of Impact. Now, was he anywhere else?
WCW.
He was WCW.
Okay. Who was he alongside at WCW?
Shivani.
He was with Schiavone.
Schiavone, baby. Yep. So, their Hall of Fame is, and I didn't get to watch their Hall of Fame. And honestly, when I watch the WWE Hall of Fame, I end up crying.
Same.
I don't know about you guys, and I guess it's because Brian, you're not that old.
Depends on the entrance.
Yeah,
but like I said, everybody gets an entrant. Everybody gets one. You get one, and you get one, and hell, we'll even put the Brooklyn Brawler in there.
Well, he should be in there, man.
That is true. He's probably one of the well-known jobbers of all time.
Him and Iron Mike Sharp. Oh, is Iron Mike Sharp in there?
Neither of them are. Yeah.
Wow. How is that possible?
For years, people have been saying there should definitely be an enhancement wing.
The two best hands in the league.
There's your shot, Brian Hardy.
I don't even care about me. I mean, and like I said, I don't have the best relationship with my father. I don't have the worst, but I do feel like at the end of the day, like when I look back at stuff, I'm like, yeah, like he wrestled everybody, man. So I'm like, if nothing else, maybe that should be, his. I've said that for years. Like they should tip their hat to him and Gil. Like Gilbert's more likely to get in probably than my old man is, but they should definitely both go in together. And I don't know that we'll ever see it, honestly. But there's a lot of people. I mean, I'm still iffy. Like Demolition belongs in there, and I know that there's like a bunch of stuff going on because they had like a class action lawsuit and stuff years ago and everything like that. But I'm like, there's just so many people that should be in that actually aren't in. So it's kind of like, ugh.
Well, I don't. At this point, I don't think Demolition gives a shit. WWE still owes them money for their LJNs. Which I just saw a video of Kurt Hawkins handing Demolition their first check from a toy.
Nice.
Wow.
Because they the big rubber guys we were talking about earlier, they did the Demolition. So with removable masks.
It was weird. The Hasbro Axe figure had Axe like grabbing my dad's head like that on the packaging and stuff. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see that picture.
It's cool. You can. I was gonna say, just search up Axe Hasbro figure on Google or whatever. But it's like literally all you see is my dad's blonde hair, and he's like grabbing my dad's head or whatever in the figure and stuff. So
if we were gonna have a hand Hall of Fame, give me a couple guys. We got Mike Sharp. We got Brooklyn Brawler. What was Brooklyn Brawler?
Barry Horowitz.
Okay. Horowitz. Yeah.
Hand now.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
You think he was a hand?
Oh, big time. I think Horowitz got so many guys their jobs. Like, I mean, you listen to podcasts, like I said, where like Billy Gunn or Road Dogg, different people like that will tell you that my dad got them their jobs, but then like Horowitz got a lot of people their jobs too.
How about the Monkeys?
I like them. I liked them. They're a staple that should be like they should be like immortalized in like action figures. I know that Power Town talked about like putting out Malky's figures and stuff. If that happens, cool. And I don't know who's gonna buy them, but I will.
First one in line for the Malkies. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
And they've got to do it. They've got to do it. One deal where they do some kind of Mulkymania fate, like like a 2-pack Mulkymania style, because like you hear that on all the like old time wrestling podcasts. Even like there's a guy that impersonates Dusty Rhodes doing prank calls. But the one thing that cracks me up. No, there's one thing he always cracks me up is when the guy doing the Dusty impersonation is like, I'm gonna bring Moondog Spot, Moondog Rex, and the Mulkey Brothers. It's just
baby. It's TBS 605 live, and we're gonna get the fucking Mulkey Brothers on tonight, baby.
Exactly.
This guy's good.
I'm gonna go find. I want to find the video. There was a video. I want to say it was Sid Vicious, or was he Sid Justice? Sid Justice in the WWE. Sid Vicious, maybe.
Vicious in WCW, Justice in WWF.
He legit had one of the monkeys over his head and walked through him over the top rope, and he left the camera. Like you couldn't even see him.
Yeah. I feel like deep down, like when I think of like NWA, like I'd say like Malky's and George South.
Yeah.
WWF, I'd say like my dad, Gil, Barry Horowitz, Iron Mike Sharp. Honestly, people don't give him a lot of credit, but even somebody like Chris Hamrick. Chris Hamrick was a freaking great enhancement guy who later went on to be an ECW, wrestler with like Julio De Niro and Easy Money and stuff in ECW. But like back in the WWF days, I don't know if you've ever seen the video where like he's literally hitting the ropes and 1, 2, 3 kid kicks his feet out and he flies through the second rope onto the outside of the ring. It's like the sickest bump I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, Chris Hamrick, like definitely deserves his props too, for like making guys look good. WCW, Bob Starr, baby. Bob Starr.
Is that bump better than Titus World Slide?
It's sick, dude. Like I'll send you guys the link. It's just out of this world insane. I'm like, but he didn't do it just that one time. That was the first time they saw him do it, and then after that, he just kept doing it. Like every single match, where like somebody would kick his feet out, and he would literally jump through the second rope and just land on the outside of the ring.
That's impressive.
Let's go real quick to the Facebook post here. Hunter Cole, not very happy with Brian Hardy right now.
Really?
Yeah, he's not very happy. They are screwing TCW over at any opportunity they can get. I guess that they is ATCW. Hunter, I wish I knew a way to take care of that, but I'm unfortunately fucking suspended. Anyway,
he was involved in that match too. I guess he, I think he was in there with Tarvin. I think he cost Tarvin the match. Hunter Cole did. Yeah, he cost Tarvin his spot, and he helped Robbie Wayne beat Tarvin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy.
Vince must have scrapped it.
It was chaos. It was pure chaos. I was up against so much. Like I said, I had people coming at me left and right. I didn't know what was going on. Blocka, boom, 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 boom.
Tim says they is me.
Oh, okay. Well, it is a different world. I guess you get him, me, they, Z. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, yeah, Hunter Cole is not very happy. Some of the hands,
pronouns.
Some of the hands, Rob Fox says Brawler, Randy Chris says Dwayne Gill, also says Horowitz, Mike Sharp, Brawler, Gill. So yeah. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do a top 10 hand list, women version.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that one's
Leilani Kai.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna be going with a lot of the older people, Bambi, stuff like that. But
yeah, shit, Bambi. A hand doesn't mean that they didn't lay on their back, laying on their back in the ring.
Mae Young's hand.
Oh, Mae Young, yeah.
That's a good hand.
He said, "I'll give you a hand."
All right, well, let's get through these real quick. All right, we had Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which we had won by a woman. You guys are supposed to be excited about that.
Honestly, when I found out, I didn't even know it was like a intergender match.
That was Jordan Grace, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jordan Grace. Yeah.
Oh,
And,
but
I love Jordan Grace. I would love for her to go somewhere else besides Impact. But I'm going to tell you, every time I hear her talk, there's no disrespect. I don't know what the fuck she's on. But her voice is so fucking deep. I don't know if I'm looking at her or almost.
Yeah.
Her voice is so deep.
Yeah, it's tough because I'm not gonna give.
She's definitely on the shit, right? She's not natty. She's not natty.
I'm trying to be politically correct. I'll tell you how I feel about it off air.
I would say it right now. I think you should be able to do whatever you want, right? I love the steroid era. That was my favorite part of baseball when these guys are hitting at 500 fucking yards and it was 900 home runs a year. I'm for it. Wrestling too. I don't, whole shit with Vince said, he didn't know about it. Bullshit. Because Vince was he had his own supplements and shit.
Don't sign this.
Yeah, don't just say no. Just say no, Hawk. Yeah, Hawk was saying his prayers that his vitamins didn't fucking kill him. I mean, that's what that was Hogan. But
yeah, he was taking his vitamins through a needle.
I think whatever you want to do to your body is what you want to do to your body, right? And
all right, listen, look. I'm gonna get canceled now. Okay.
No one's watching this, Brian.
All right, check this out. Do you remember the very first Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Mans, thanks for all your time.
Okay, you do what you want to do with your body. Load them up, get as big as you want. But when you're power slamming fucking Moose, I think it might be. I think it might be a fucking problem. So
your favorite moment was when Sonny Kiss returned.
Nah, for real though. Like, hey man, like
the handbag.
If you wanna work out and become super buff, I mean, people gave China crap for years, but I mean, she's still a name that's synonymous with professional wrestling, and long even after she's gone, people still talk about her matches and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't believe they're talking about her wrestling.
I was gonna say
might have been her stint in the pornography. That's
yeah. I mean, She-Hulk and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, there was who else was in this? Bully Ray was in this.
Your all-time favorite, Sonny Kiss returned.
Sonny Kiss returned. Right in the yam bags. Best fucking line ever by Taz.
I believe Cardona was in it.
Cardona showed up. Yep. I actually think didn't it come down to Cardona and
it came down to Bully Ray.
Oh, it was Bully
Jordan
Ray.
Grace, yeah.
So anyway, Jordan Grace wins and she's challenging. So this Call Your Shot is she can challenge anybody for any belt. So, and I believe she's challenging Trinity coming up.
The next pay-per-view, I think, was if I remember what it was.
Yeah. In a couple weeks.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Tessa Blanchard like the Impact Heavyweight Champion at one point?
So she was. She had a really good. Now this was when I was watching Impact then. This when she was wrestling Sami Callihan. Yeah. It was some of the best shit because Sami Callihan didn't care if she was a woman or not. He beat the absolute piss out of her.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't condone men on women violence and that kind of stuff, but wrestling different story because they're all protecting each other. Yeah. But she had some of the best stuff going on with Sami Callihan. Brian Cage, she wrestled Brian Cage.
Wasn't Brian supposed to beat her for the title at some point until the whole thing with her and the belt and being in Mexico came up?
No, I don't know. I don't remember that part of it.
Okay. Yeah, I figure like they still need to figure that out, man. Tessa Blanchard is like a completely underrated talent in my opinion. Like
she's great, but she's like CM Punk. She can't get along with people.
Yeah.
She can't get along with people in the back, or she's super racist or whatever.
That from her father. She gets that.
Well, yeah. Which one? Which father?
Holy, who else?
Oh,
Christian
Tully,
Cage.
okay.
Christian Cage.
Tully's her real dad, but she was raised by someone else. Who was raised by Scott?
That I have no idea. I just knew
Brian for the win.
Magnum TA.
Yay! Yeah.
That's her stepdad.
wow.
Oh yeah. By the way, Tessa Blanchard's mom was a rat.
Well,
Just saying. Who do you think Brock's mother is? Just released Brock Anderson.
You think Arn's going to go back over there if he ends up going to WWE?
I don't know what they would do with. I don't know what they would do with Arn, because I don't know how much Arn has to do in the back with story writing or agenting or whatever. Because I feel like some of it has passed Arn by. So, but I would like to see Brock.
You can go back over there to WWE and he could be at Cody's matches, standing at ringside, looking like Andy Reid calling plays from the sideline.
Yeah, that was the fucking.
Looks like he's got an IHOP menu in front of his face.
It was really.
That was some of the dumbest shit I think I've ever seen. Like, it's a fucking wrestling match.
But I'm gonna tell you, twice he did it. He threw that that spine buster. Whoo, and he still got it.
That spine buster's legit.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to talk crap on his kid. I've never met his kid. But I watched this kid on AEW one night, and his kid didn't even reach for the ropes when he hit the ropes. And he just did one of these numbers. And I was like, oh God, dude, you are not your father, bro. Like,
well, they all train differently. And I don't know. I think he was training at the Nightmare Factory. So
yeah,
QT Marshall.
I'm like, maybe he missed 20 classes or something. I'm like, because if he
or
doesn't
the first one.
Yeah, his hand on the ropes.
The first one. I've seen some of these guys run ropes differently. I see this new thing, and I never noticed it. Maybe it's not new. I never noticed it before, but instead of hitting over the top, they grab the second rope.
Say, some people grab the second rope. Like I've known guys that literally they'll still put their right hand on the top, but they'll hit their left hand on the middle rope.
That drives me absolutely. I hate that.
Yeah, it's not very old school to me.
Jason, the two main guys in AEW that do it, two of your favorites, Omega,
Darby does it too.
Oh, Darby does. I've never seen Darby.
That's because
he's any way he wants.
Yeah, and he's not taller than the second rope.
Yeah.
Speaking of Darby, did you see his new face tattoo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's got to be upsetting because I'm like, I saw something online where everybody was like, and yet again, another update where no action figure then is accurate anymore. And it's like, yeah.
What was it? Like a damn skeleton hand or whatever, pointing down over his.
Yeah.
I didn't see this.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Look for a picture of it when you get a chance, Jason. It's
maybe we do a top 10 list of worst facial tattoos. Mike Tyson number 1.
No, top 10 worst upper body tattoos. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I like Cody's tattoo.
I love his tattoo.
It's just the wrong place for it.
Where'd you want it? Over his dick? Where'd you want it?
Not on his neck. It looks stupid.
It's a good shoulder one or whatnot, or even an arm.
He should have got it over his pec because he's got Dream on one side and he could have the Nightmare on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously they're already taken. His titties are already taken. God. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so next match, Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. We have no idea who won this. I saw the updated picture. MK Ultra still held these belts, so we don't know that this match ever happened. Deonna Purrazzo, Tasha Steelz. So we're gonna skip that one. We had the Impact Tag Team Championship match. ABC, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Bullet Club versus the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zach Wentz. Bullet Club wins the titles back.
Cool.
And that's what you guys are supposed to. Yeah. Okay. You just,
Yeah.
nobody watched this. Okay. Perfect.
I
was just there to. I was just there to check results for the fantasy league
Gotcha. We had the Monsters Ball.
and drink beer.
PCO versus Rhino versus Steve Macklin versus Moose. If you get a chance, check this out on YouTube. This match was brutal. There was a PCO Moose spot where Moose, always with the thumbtacks, dumped thumbtacks all over this wooden thing or whatever and just slammed PCO on it. This guy's 1,000 years old. I don't know how he's still
Is he
alive.
older than Jungle Source?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's way older than Jungle Source. But as it being a Monsters Ball match, PCO wins.
Yep.
So
We kind of figured that was what was going to happen.
yeah, I picked him. I mean, what if you anybody else besides him? You didn't pick him?
No, I did. Yeah.
Oh, you picked him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
We
think
had
we
the
were all in agreement there.
X Division Championship match: Chris Sabin versus Kenta. I don't know who won this one. I think that
Chris Sabin won.
I think I picked Kenta to win this.
I think you did.
Yeah.
And I was gonna change that, and I didn't. So, Chris Sabin retains. Motor City Machine Guns had a pretty good night here. The match that I would have had right if I'd have checked Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay versus
That's right.
Paul Bailey. I really don't know what I was. I looked over it quickly and then looked over it again. I was like, okay, we're good.
It was one of them automatically assumed you checked that one because that was probably the most obvious pick of the
The
night.
very first one I went to was the Will Ospreay match, and that's
Same here.
Yeah.
You put all the points you didn't get into it.
Now,
So-
I did see something earlier online that said that Ospreay is okay with moving to the United States, and that if the price is right, he's going to be at WWE. I don't know whether or not we're going to see that.
So right now, he just hired a new agent. Right, he's coming to the U.S. He hired a new agent, and he is dropping hints that he is gonna stay with Impact.
Oh,
Why?
Now I think this is all negotiation stuff. This is all
just
put it out there.
I'll work him. Yeah.
Sure. So, okay, Ricky, you're Will Ospreay. Let me hear your Will Ospreay accent.
I don't have a Will Ospreay accent. It's not part of my
Just mumble.
blah 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 blah.
Not Luchasaurus, Will Ospreay. All right. So you're Will Ospreay. Where do you go? Where do you go?
I'm going either AEW or WWE.
You pick one. You pick one.
Probably AEW.
AEW offers you $2.5 million for 4 years. WWE offers you 1.7 for 2 years. 2.5 years. Yeah, 3 years. 3 years. Where do you go?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going AEW.
I want the later schedule.
Okay.
So
Scott.
while most people would say, sorry to cut you off, while most people would literally say like, "I'll just go because it's the machine and you're going to be on Raw or SmackDown and everybody's going to know you and you're going to be in every Walmart and Target and this and that and whatever." Like at the end of the day, man, that later schedule might work. He might make just as much money equally, even if they were offering the same thing. Go with AEW because you might be working.
Yeah, the money's not too far off there, and with those numbers, it's really not. You're going what
$900,000 big deal, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it's $900,000 for one company and $10,000 for the other.
Yeah.
You're in the millions. So,
All right, Scotty.
I'm going WWE. And just like Brian was just saying, like
that's because you hate AEW.
Yeah.
He hates AEW. Now listen. Scott's gonna have a great point here. I know it.
Yeah, Scotty always knows.
But no, here's the thing about it. Okay, you have to consider a couple of things. One, 4 years. Will AEW still be here in 4 years? They have the chance. Tony could run this thing until he friggin' dies in the grave, but will they have TV? Will they have all the things that they have now? Will they have that in 4 years? WWE, the new TKO deal with Endeavor, they've got everything that you need. And yes, it's going to be a bit busier schedule. You got a lot more appearances, but you have, TNA versus, TNT versus, or TNT or TBS versus USA, Fox, NBC, whatever, wherever Raw ends up on. Because I would assume a guy with a name value like Will Ospreay will be on the flagship show. Raw is the flagship show. Boom, you're going to put him on Raw. So wherever Raw lands, it's going to land on some major network that everybody's going to see. 900,000, 6 to 900,000 viewers, or 2-3 million viewers a week that are going to see, plus live event tickets and all that stuff. WWE is the place to go. Like, it just makes more business sense. And you know that your career is going to be elevated there versus in AEW, where you don't know what Tony's up to. Like, yeah, you may have the later schedule, but you may not be on, Dynamite or Rampage or Collision for 3 or 4 months. So, I mean, again, that's great for him. He doesn't have to work, but how does that expand his brand? Yeah, he's making the money, but he's not out on television. Whereas WWE's got him on television every week, and he, builds his name, builds his brand, so that when he takes his brand back out there to go back to New Japan later on, after 2 years are up, boom, he's got more name recognition value and stuff like that. So,
all right, well, I'm going to agree with Scott because, and I'm going to agree with, I'm going to disagree with Brian because there's no such thing as a lighter schedule in AEW anymore. You have Collision, you have
Rampage,
the Dynamite, the house shows, pay-per-views. It might be slightly less of a schedule, but it is still a busy schedule. 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week on pay-per-view weekends, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, it's in front of less people.
That's true.
True, and AEW has a lot more flippity doodah shit going on where you could end up being killed in one match rather than WWE, where they don't do so much of the high flying stuff anymore.
I think at the end of the day, Ospreay should go to WWE, where he's going to get more exposure. They're big on their European guys right now, and Butch and Elio, and I don't think he goes to NXT for sure. He's way beyond NXT. He's like Jade. He needs to go to the main roster.
They'll have him in a feud with Santos Escobar for a few weeks until they figure out that they don't know what to do with the guy.
That is one of the problems with WWE is they're going to put him with Santos, so they're not going to put him in a big card. The difference is AEW is going to put him in a big card right away and then do nothing with him afterward. True. So they have a tough time of getting something started with somebody and then continuing the momentum.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's one of the problems with Hangman Page is they can never he'll get in a big program with somebody, but then they don't build on it. They don't build. Right. There's no build. So I think WWE long term would be better for him. Now, will he like it? I doubt it. Because but right now he's wrestling over in Europe 7-8 nights a week, and he's wrestling everybody and their brother, and he's getting his ass kicked. So either way, if he goes to AEW, it's going to be a lighter schedule. Real quick, all the way from Europe, Addy Davies says, good evening from Europe. He agrees, lighter schedule and lighter attendance. Oh, okay. So he agrees. Addy Davies, Edge reported he's part of the AEW creative. He confirmed they booking week by week. Oh, well, I didn't see that, Addy, but thank you. So we got a follower from all the way from Europe.
Hell yeah.
Addy, what time is it over there? If you could just put that in the chat. So that's pretty cool. Make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate
Tell your friends in Europe.
Yes, tell them all. Tell them all. So Edge is
We can go worldwide. Wide.
I don't think that
wide.
surprises me that they're booking week to week.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, but Tony has developed Vinceitis. Like I get, like it just feels like with Tony's booking, he's like, he starts to book something and then he kind of changes his mind on it, and hence why AEW has been so fractured and disjointed over the last like 6 to 8 months. It's just like, Tony's trying to figure out what's going to work, and then he goes, 1 week something works and the ratings are up, and then the next week he tries the same thing and the ratings go down. So then he scraps what he's about to do next and jumps to something else to kind of see if he can.
He's drawing names out of a hat so he can create more of his wet dream matches.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because we just had Danielson against Andrade on Collision, I think. I didn't watch. Yeah,
that should have been a pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
It I could totally see Tony, just like I said, scribble. Like, what's next? And that's what we kind of are getting that week to week. And once again, this is coming from a guy who likes AEW's product more than WWE's product, but you could definitely tell that the Tony up now compared to the Tony 4 years ago is not the same person.
23:55 over in Europe right now.
11:55. It's almost midnight.
Yeah, but well, good night, sir. Good night. He says good evening. Well, I think that's awesome. Anyway, let's not get too far off topic. We've kind of ventured over, but yeah, Will Ospreay. We're going to see where he ends up. His contract is up in February, I believe. So,
top talent.
Definitely top talent. And when he's mad at you and he throws that elbow to the back of your head, you'll know whether he's had a good match with you or not, because it's either going to be super soft or you're going to wake up not knowing what your name is, or eating through a straw.
Wake up the hard way.
We find out the hard way. But we have the Knockouts World Championship match: Trinity versus Mickie James. I think we all picked Trinity here. She is definitely one of the best talents that Impact has going for him right now. She looks like $1 million. I don't know anybody right now that's gonna come in and take that belt off of her. Do you guys?
Jordan Grace?
No.
Maybe.
Thank you for your time.
She will humble her. Go ahead, Hardy.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead, Hardy.
He's winding up. He almost did it right there. He almost did it.
It's the one strike.
Oh my God.
I'm Jordan Grace. I'll put you in the camel clutch. I'll break your back. I'll fuck your ass and make you humble.
Well, if anyone's fucking anybody in the ass, it's going to be Jordan Grace. It's going to be. Actually, what is Jordan Grace is married
God,
to?
this is great.
Jordan Grace.
Jonathan Gresham.
Is it Gresham?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I knew she was married to.
Interesting couple, kind of an odd couple, but an interesting couple. So
yeah. They're both built like brick shit houses, but I believe her is bigger. So, oh shit. Okay, let's get back on track here. So Jordan Grace, I'm sorry,
Trinity.
It's Mickie James.
We all kind of figured Mickie James maybe head back to WWE at some point since Aldis just got signed.
Yeah, so that was my question. Does she stay around? Does she go away? What happens here?
I foresee her going back to WWE in some capacity.
I mean, they've got to. Wasn't she the one with the trash bag incident? Not back during the pandemic that they.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. When they released a bunch of people. It was wasn't that Laurinaitis though?
No, it was their head of talent. Used to be the Canadian head of talent, and then just became head of.
Okay, I'm confused. What are we talking about?
Okay, so
go ahead, Scotty.
The trash bag incident.
This happened to a lot of the girls that got fired during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
was the one that really spoke out about it because it happened to her. Basically, they just took all of her, because she had stuff on the like various trucks, like the wardrobe trucks and stuff like that, that she had when she got fired. So they basically, I can't remember the guy's name, but he used to be like the Canadian head of talent relations, and then all of it, he just became part of the office. But he went through, just took all of Mickey James' stuff up as soon as she got fired, threw it in a trash bag, and just sent it back to her that way.
It was
Yeah.
it was Mark Carano.
Carano, thank you.
Carano.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how she was told she was released. She wasn't like called in for a meeting or anything. They sent her shit with a trash bag.
It was pretty much letting her know you're trash. That's what we think.
So
That's right. I totally forgot about that. Good call, Scott.
Yeah.
They
So
can't be too butthurt over because Nick Aldis wouldn't have went there.
Huh?
The person I just named is no longer there.
Yeah, Carano's
and to pop the boys and everybody, if you would like to read about a couple of stories pertaining to that certain individual and Brian Hardy, you can read the brand new story called "Wrestling with Life, Rocking All Night: The Brian Hardy Story." Available on Amazon for $30.
I've seen that book before.
Where's King? Cheap pop.
I'm not going to mention that guy's name again, but I'm not a him person.
Yeah.
So. And he's not a Brian Hardy person, so that's okay.
Did you stretch him?
I want to. I still probably would if I ever saw him in person.
Do you want to humble him?
You know what you could have did, Brian? You fucked his ass.
Fuck his ass, son. Make him humble.
All right. The match that pretty much surprised the whole internet. Impact Wrestling World Championship match. Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander.
Fuck the Alex Shelley.
Right. Alex Shelley Alex Shelley retains the title.
I'm cool with that.
I guess I like Alex Shelley. I don't.
I think
they shook hands at the end of it too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But your pick was Alexander, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he was the one that had to relinquish it for neck injury.
Got injured. Yeah, he got injured. So I thought for sure they were going to find a way to get this belt on, and this was it.
I don't know. It's nothing against the Machine Guns. Like I really do like both of them, but I think that they were so much better as a tag team. I don't know why they broke them up and made them singles wrestlers.
I think there was a lot of injuries and stuff going on in Impact, and they just decided to split some guys up because Trey Miguel and the Rascals were split up there for a while too. So Trey Miguel
it was weird because last week when I was on here with you guys too, and I was talking about like how I was friends with Eddie Edwards and stuff, he wasn't on the show this week, right?
Yeah, he was on there.
Oh, he was?
No. He was he in that Call You Shot Gauntlet?
Might have been.
Yeah, he might have been in that. He was on their show on Thursday night versus Kazarian.
What network are they on now?
Spike?
No, they're not on Spike. They're on something else.
I record it every week. I don't watch
it.
Right? we talked about this not too long ago. I thought.
We did.
I just can't remember who it was now. Vice. They're on Vice.
Access TV.
Access TV. So at the end of the show, then the other night, so Alex Shelley wins, and then is that when Scott D'Amore comes out and all that stuff is announced?
Yes. So yeah, good, great segue.
Trying to stay on topic. Sorry, I'm thinking about it.
No, great. Yeah, thank you. Impact pay-per-view is over anyway, so they made a quick announcement and they had a vignette. They had a little vignette where they were standing around this box and they were talking about legacy and history and we need to get back to what we used to be. And they changed the name back to TNA, Tits and Ass Wrestling.
All right.
It's not tits and ass.
No.
Total nonstop anal. Nope, that's not it either. Total nonstop action wrestling. They're getting back to
ladies and gentlemen,
sign them.
Jason is reciting his entire search history online right now.
That's just the cookies.
Yeah.
Can you tell? Can you tell?
All
right, so yes, they went back to TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. They want to get back to their roots. I think this is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a great thing. You're not going to want to hear why I think it's a great thing, but
you're the only one talking about.
We want to hear it.
Love to hear it.
I believe. As many have known because it's been confirmed already, Ace Steel is now an agent for Impact Wrestling, aka TNA. Years ago, back when there was a young Brian Hardy that would pay the $9.99 to watch the TNA pay-per-views on Wednesday nights, there was two guys that I watched all the time. They were a tag team. One of them was Julio De Niro, who I ended up becoming very good friends with years later and booking all the time for my shows. And his tag team partner happened to be a guy. It's clobbering time. Who?
Oh boy, Scotty's rubbing the underside of his belly.
And I do believe, if only for one appearance, if only for a little tiny bit, might be 2 weeks, might be 4 weeks, could end up being 4 years, who knows? But I do believe with this whole name change and rebranding and everything, I do believe we're going to have to look in his eyes. And what do we see?
Oh, good one. So TNA, they're now going to be moving forward. They're going to be called TNA. And again, CM Punk on Sunday, they had some tapings on Sunday, and CM Punk was spotted in the back. I guess just saying hey to Ace.
Yeah, just hanging out with Ace Steel, man.
He was talking to the talent and anybody that wanted to talk to him.
Yeah. I think him and I would be good friends. I don't know why I do, but I'm just sitting here thinking about this. I'm like, I'm friends with Ace Steel, and I'm friends with Lars Fredrickson from Rancid.
Scotty would sell his soul for you.
That's
to get
our mutual
CM
friends.
Punk on this podcast.
Why do Punk and I have so many mutual friends, but him and I are like, let's be friends, CM Punk.
Wait a minute.
Scotty would sell his soul.
You're friends with Ace Steel?
Yes.
Ricky?
Huh?
He's friends with Ace Steel.
Oh, wow.
Get him on the show. It's like, where's his line?
Where's your line, dude? Where's your line?
Get him on here.
Can you get him on?
Yeah.
Scotty's over there salivating. Can you not see? He's dribbling on a soup spoon.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it was funny, not to get off topic of the TNA stuff and everything, but like, I messaged Hunter Cole late last night, and I literally sent him a text message. It was just a screenshot, and I was like, "Do you like punk rock?"
I smell collusion.
He was like, punk rock, and I'm like, "Yeah." Do you like punk rock music? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I mean, like, I like the older stuff, and I'm thinking, you do or you don't? Like, do you like punk rock? And he's like, I don't know why you asking. Why you asking? And I'm like, I don't know if it means anything to you. I was like, Lars Fredrickson from Rancid just liked the photo of me and you. And he was like, what? Like, huh? And I like showed him and like screenshot. And he's like, oh man, that's really cool. He's like, don't they play like Ruby Soho or whatever? And I was like, yes, they do. I was like,
that's the only song that they did. Yeah.
Like, I'm a diehard Rancid fan. So for me, like 9-year-old Brian would never believe that 33-year-old Brian is having Lars like all my photos and stuff like that. And that's pretty badass.
Can you get him on here?
You never know. Actually, we probably could get Lars on here.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ricky, for finally hitting your line. Hit your mark.
Start waking up.
So I'll message him. I'll say, hey man, you want to come on the hard way with us?
So I did a little pizza cutter news the other day about CM Punk, and you can catch that on YouTube if you want. It's on a little short reel. Just check it out and make sure you like and subscribe while you're at it. What happens if CM Punk shows up at the pay-per-view? And he didn't show up at the pay-per-view, but I think
he's taking the title off Alex Shelley, and then he's going to get hurt the very next match and have to relinquish it.
Yeah,
I think you just nailed that perfectly.
I think that the schedule would work out really good for Punk. They do a lot of their tapings ahead of time, and then
that would be a whole lot less ice cream he'll have to buy in Chicago.
That's very true. I think if anything, though, we would. I mean, it sounds so rude, and I don't mean it to sound this way. My dad used to be tag team partners with Scott D'Amore, so I'm not trying to be rude in any way or fashion. I think that if he does go there, that it's going to take TNA back to at least like 10,000 seat arenas. I don't know if we're going to see any. I don't know if we're ever going to see the big AEW style shows or anything like that. But we definitely see like TNA, like how they were in like 2007, 2008, that kind of stuff.
Well, as you know, and I've noticed this more and more in the business that friends follow friends.
Yes.
So I AK's as a wrestling show, and he brings me in because I'm his manager, right? And then I bring this guy in because I think he'd be good for the show too, or I talk to the promoter or whoever, the booker, about bringing a guy in because I think he'd be good for the. That's how it works. That's how the business kind of works. We all kind of people just follow each other, right? And I don't have. I'm barely in this business at this point. Just going on actually 3 years now, back in the business. So I don't have that type of. But CM Punk decides he's going to Impact. He's made a ton of money over the years, so it's not about the money, right? He's got money. If he could see himself helping this organization, I think he would do it. I think two guys that would follow him over to Impact because they've made a ton of money in the business would be FTR. I could see them showing up over.
They're signed. They just signed an extension though with AEW through 26, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, as CM Punk has showed, you can get out of contracts if you need to.
Yeah, just bite somebody and throw a chair at them.
Bring back Ace Steel just to have him bite somebody and get him out of there.
Yeah. And do you think CM Punk kind of would feel like if he could elevate TNA, it would be sticking it to AEW in a way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I believe if CM Punk, maybe not in attendance, but if CM Punk shows up in ratings alone, would be neck and neck with AEW. I would doubt that not doubt that one bit.
Absolutely.
Here's the
excited there on CM Punk and fell down.
Here's the thing with ratings too. Not only would they be neck and neck with AEW, but I have a feeling that at least, given in the first, let's say Punk's there for at least 6 months, maybe a year. In the first 6 months, those ratings on TNA will be steady. They will not lose viewers because viewers will now tune in. They will find access. They will, if they don't have it on their cable channels, anybody who's a wrestling fan will get it on their cable system.
Absolutely.
They will find a way to stream it, watch it, do whatever to make sure that they can see what Punk's going to do. And and I think in the ratings that TNA they're not going to crush AEW, but they're going to be steadier than AEW. Whereas AEW loses viewers throughout the show, TNA will
be that flavor of the week kind of thing.
Yep.
And like I said, for about 6 months. Now, if they keep business strong, it could go for the full year or 2 years or however long Punk decides to stay there.
Or not get injured.
What happens when the ratings go up? What happens then?
What do you mean?
Bigger buildings,
TV deal.
Yeah,
bigger buildings and talent acquisition.
Right, but ratings are up. TV ratings are up. Then that's momentum, and that's what they can put at the top of their list when they go to a big company like CW, or whoever. Well, Fox is FS1 is going to be looking.
Well, somebody better wrap Punk in bubble wrap so he doesn't get hurt after a second match.
Hey, listen, Fox wanted CM Punk to come back, and WWE
Trips and Vince said no.
Yeah, so if they had a shot at an hour or 2 hour night, one night a week, you don't think they'd put CM Punk on Fox?
Yeah,
absolutely they would. FS1, absolutely they would. So,
and here's the thing about it. All right, NWA just got CW. So think about this, like networking.
Reported here first, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. But CW's got NWA. How much of a boom would it be for Fox to be able to counter program that because
Boom.
see, here's the thing. ABC, NBC, CBS, those are all the major channels. Fox is still there you go. Fox is still kind of the underdog in the major ratings. Like Fox and CW are kind of a battle, back and forth for their audiences and general ratings and stuff like that. So in order for Fox to counter program CW, Fox gets TNA, CW gets NWA. Boom! Now we got a little bit of a it's not going to be Monday Night War level, but again, you got a little bit of a back and forth TNA and NWA. And where does that leave AEW? They might end up being fourth level promotion. Let's say third, just because I think TNA and NWA, especially if Punk comes back to TNA, the NWA and TNA will kind of be bouncing back and forth for second. So that'll leave AEW in third. So, something to think about.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, only time will tell what's going to happen with CM Punk, if anything. And, if anything, it's about. We'll see later, Scott. I mean, the CM Punk's over and Scott is out of here. So
I thought he was getting his ice pack.
Everybody's like, we need a little lightness.
Actually, you can have steaming. It's getting dark in here.
Same.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's all going to be all of our topics. We got one more topic, but you know what? We're going to save it to Friday so I can get a little bit more information on it because I just read something else that goes along with
Oh, he's got the cutter out.
I got to.
We gotta get hardway pizza cutters for merch.
I thought about that. I love this pizza cutter. It legit will cut pizza.
Or your
if there
face.
was a hardware pizza cutter, I would use that every single time I have pizza, which is like 5 times a week.
Oh yeah, my cardiologist would love you.
I am practicing on my desk.
Cardiologist, my phone's ringing. What did he say?
Everything with extra cheese, baby.
Tell Papa John's to give us a call.
Oh. Brian, you should come over for the wrestling on the 4th, buddy.
What is it?
Can you get out of that? Can you
bring
get
the
out
House
of
of Hardy?
All 37 of your kids?
Yeah, bring the House of Hardy.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you off the air, man. Whew.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about your goings on.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, that's going to do it here for Hardway Wrestling. Appreciate it, guys. Another long show. We're killing it out there in these streets. We're at 144 subs for YouTube. We are growing one by one.
And thanks to the Europe.
Damn one.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Europe.
Addie Davies. Is that a guy or a girl? I have no idea. Addie.
Well, you'll find out if we lose the sub.
Actually, we have 2 people on there right now. I don't know who the second person is. If you're on here right now, type it in the chat. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. I believe I'm still Addie. That's a cool name, though. I don't, But yes, thank you so much for joining us on YouTube all the way across the pond.
And tell all of your friends across the pond.
Yeah,
that Hardway is where it's at.
Tell them all.
Like any of your friends at the local pubs and stuff like that love wrestling over there, get them all on here. Like,
let's be honest. He's listening to us. He's got 0 friends, right? Or he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be here with us. So, Addie, I understand that you're probably a loner. From Kosovo. What is? Oh, God bless the USA. Oh my God. What are the chances he's stealing my information right now from my computer? Okay. All right. God bless the USA. Well, you know what? Maybe we get a European correspondent.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Do they have Facebook over in Europe? They're adding.
Yeah. For
Probably.
sure. And they definitely got a friends list because if you ain't subtracty, you're addy.
Cheap pop.
Boom. Let me throw that on here.
Oh, good grief.
Out of all of us, you're the only one who has a legit belt. Unsubbed. Harsh. Well, Addy, we appreciate having you just for that short amount of time. So anyway, yeah, we need a European correspondent from across the pond. I think that would be pretty cool.
Hard way. Worldwide.
Wide. Fish instead of boats and hose, we can do fish and chips.
Fish and chips. The Nina, the Pinta. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do it.
Unsubbed. I gotta go look and see if we had a sub and then it went away. 144. You didn't sub, or you did, and it left.
Wait, what?
I was seeing if we did actually. Oh no, it's on airplane.
Hey, we're up to 145.
Oh,
We must have got him.
We are at 145,
Eddie
fellas.
Davis. I love it. Oh. Okay, I gotta turn this phone back off. It's everybody and their brother. Well, Addy, thank you so much for subbing. Again, Scotty, Ricky, Robbie, Mike, all the Bell Bid DeVoe group right here that we got. Appreciate you guys. We're gonna cut. You guys. Thursday. How's Thursday sound?
Sounds like a winner to me.
All right, I'm doing a middle school Halloween party.
Oh
right.
my!
You're going
He's been playing a lot of Taylor Swift.
I was like, hey,
you're fired, Brian Hardy.
You guys have any Taylor Swift? I was like, no, but I got plenty of Travis Kelce. So, all right, boys, that's gonna do it here for the Hardway. Make sure you go
Jackson
like,
Mahomes.
subscribe, tell your friends, go to Facebook, like the Facebook. We love that. Go to the YouTube, subscribe, sub, give us a thumbs up. We need some thumbs up. We don't get a lot of thumbs up. You know what I end up finding myself doing? Thumbing myself, right? Which is weird, and especially if you don't clip your nails. But go thumb up. Just jam a thumb right up in there, and go. We're also on all your podcasting platforms. We're on Spotify. We are on Google Play. We are on iTunes. We are on Show Tunes. I mean, you name it. Whatever tune we're on. So
Looney Tunes.
We just hit 100 downloads the other day, and we've only been doing the podcast for a very, 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 very short time. So appreciate that. So for everybody, sorry, I blacked out there for a second. I'm trying not to lose Addy as a subscriber. Wait a minute, unsub. See you next time. Very good. Okay, Addy, we got to get your information, my friend, because send me a message. I'd love to get you on here one time. If anything, we need an accent because I'm so sick of this Iron Sheik shit. All right. We'll see you guys next time
on the Hard Way.
Peace.
We'll talk. There you go. We'll talk. You can tell me all about your.
Yeah, that's cool.
Your goings on.
I was just gonna tell you from the show the other night, man. Everything, in my personal opinion, was awesome. However, I don't know if I want to do this or not. I don't know if I want to name drop the one person, because if I name drop the one person that was an asshole, you're going to be like, what? Seriously?
Not Van Williams.
Oh my God. How did you know, bro? Bro.
I know my people.
Bro. Yeah. I don't even know if you want the details.
Did you stretch him? Did you humble him?
Did
Was he an asshole to you, or was he an asshole to Hunter?
He was an asshole to Owen, and then he was an asshole to Hunter.
Well, that's just his personality. You sure?
Yes, yeah.
But he stays in character. Like he stays. He's.
Bro, I thought this fucking guy was on coke or PCP. Like, no joke.
That's his personality, dude. He is just like. Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man. He's like, what's up, Brian? And I'm like, what's up, dude? And I'm like, I'm Brian. Nice to meet you. He's like, yeah, you fucking know me. And I'm like, no, I don't know you, bro. And he's like, no, you do. And I'm like, nah. And he's like, you know my dad, Reggie. And I'm like, oh, but in my mind, I'm thinking like, yeah, your fucking dad hated me and used to talk shit on me all the fucking time. And I didn't even know that you were his kid, you know, like, but
who?
Prodigy that used to be in ACW.
That's his kid? I did not know that. Well, that dude. Story checks out then.
Yeah, he was like, and I was like, bro, Prodigy like used to fucking message me. Like, I remember one time he called me and he was like, this was years ago. This was like probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. He's literally like, hey man, if I hear you fucking talk shit on James Ellsworth again one more time, I'm gonna beat your fucking head in and blah 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 and this and that. And I was literally like, hold up, bro. And I like told my kids to get out of the room. I was like, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to. I was like, but if you ever talk to me like that again, I'll have you fucking sucking through a fucking straw the rest of your life and whatever else. And then like literally right after that, he ended up dying shortly after, like years later or whatever.
Probably in jail.
And no, he died. I was gonna say he died. I don't know how he died, but it was crazy. But I remember like leaving the other night, and I said to Owen, like, how did everything go? And he was like, Dad, I don't want to have heat with anybody. And I was like, okay, just like tell me how it went, man. And he was like, that Van Williams guy was an asshole.
Yeah, that's just how he is, because he thinks his shit doesn't stink. And him and I have had words.
Yeah, that's what he said. Well, Owen said, he was like, you know, he told him at the end, he's like, pamper me back or whatever. And literally like Owen's like walking him to the back or whatever. And he's like, he's like, I thought he was talking to the fans, but he wasn't talking to the fans. He's talking to me. He's like, I'm the best fucking wrestler out there. He's like, you hear all that shit right now? He's like, that's me. That's not anybody else. He's like, the only reason Hunter Cole's getting the reaction he's getting is because of me. I'm the fucking man. And blah, blah, blah. And I literally was like, bro, he was saying this shit? Like, what? Like, I was like, good God, man.
Tim has Chucky has a soft spot for him. I do not. I don't. You'll see when I'm back. You probably can't tell now, but when I haven't been there the last 3 months, it's been fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like I said, that was the only thing, and I knew, and I told everybody like going into it, I was like, I will be polite as I can be to him. I shook his hand, I was cool as shit, like I tried to be nice, but I'm like, bro, this motherfucker, like you literally would have thought he fucking wrestled Wembley Stadium, you know, back in August, like literally, like that's how over he's
getting hard. It's getting harder and harder for him to get booked places because of the way he acts. So
yeah,
honestly, I haven't booked him in 4 months.
Yeah, it was scary. I literally was just looking at Owen and I was like, that's fucking Ellsworth's guy, dude. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, that's
a piece of shit too.
Yeah, I was like, that's the fucking guy I was telling you about, bro. I said, I never had an interaction with him. That was my first time ever meeting him. He's like, nah, man, I know you. I'm like, you might know me, bro, but I don't fucking know you. So I'm like, I'm trying to be polite. I was like, but good God. And I'm like, yeah, that was my only like bad vibe of the night. Everybody else in that fucking locker room was cool as shit. Everybody else was just total pros. Everybody was looking out for one another. And I'm like, God, why was that like the only guy of the night? And I pre-predicted that.
Yeah, so did I. I wasn't happy about it. But we were shorthanded on a couple guys. So he's like, we could bring Van in. I was like, well, I'm not there, so fucking.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a team player through and through, so I just shut the fuck up and do like what I'm asked to do. But at the same time, I just was in there like,
I have
bro,
a hard time with guys that show up late and leave early,
yes,
and he's one of them, and that's why I won't book him.
yeah,
And he was already on a short leash. If he was going to be late for any reason, he would
and
turn right around.
Owen just literally sitting here over on the couch, and he literally said he showed up when the meeting was starting. He's like, he walked in when the meeting.
That's better, dude. There were times where he was curtain jerking, and we had to move the match to 8:00 because he wasn't going to make it. He showed up at like 7:55, walked in, threw his gear on, did his match, and was out of there by 8:30.
I never, like I said, I wasn't being disrespectful. Like, I never heard of the fucking guy. And I was at the point where I was literally like, dude,
he didn't need the Black Wrestler 500. Don't worry about it.
I was like, when I heard like he was the king of Maryland for ACW, I'm like, all right, I need to be educated.
He was.
I need to watch some of his matches.
He was. And Ellsworth sucks his dick, and so is Chad. What's his face?
Chad Clark. Yeah.
Yeah. Another fucking dickhead.
Oh yeah, he's the whole reason, honestly, I came to ATCW. I swear to God. I tell people that like over and over again. Chad Clark told me, you're not worth a fuck. You'll never draw a house. You'll never this. You'll never that. You'll never blah, 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 blah. And I literally looked and went, who the fuck are you, pal? I was like, because
go ask Chad Clark how his stint in West Virginia went for him.
Exactly. And that's
two fucking shows ran him out of the fucking West Virginia.
That's the guy that you had beef with, right?
He fucked with the wrong dude. He fucked with the wrong dude.
Yeah, and he literally
we gave a fucking show away. He had Greg Valentine, Moose, one more person booked. Big show. He had if he didn't have 15 grand in this fucking show with the renting of the Civic Center in Martinsburg, or not Martinsburg, but Ranson. If he didn't have 15K wrapped up in this fucking thing, I'd been surprised. But he's like, all right, you want to be this motherfucker was putting a belt with a poop emoji on it saying 18, right?
Yeah.
I was like, not a problem, bro. I went out and hustled, picked up like $1,500 worth of fucking sponsors, and paid for the fucking show and ran a free show.
That's awesome.
He had to cancel. He had to cancel Valentine. Moose came because Moose was running a clinic.
Okay.
And which got like 6 people.
Oh shit.
Greg Valentine and there was one more. I have to go back and look, but he canceled them.
Was it one of the Bushwhackers? Maybe I can't.
No.
Yeah, that guy's an asshole, dude. Like, and I was like,
he's a fucking drunk, is what he is.
Yeah, I feel people's energy out so much. I'm like, and that guy literally years ago, like, he'd be like, come interview Buff Bagwell for your Brian's Wrestling Collection, or come interview Ronnie Garvin, or this or that, or whatever. And then eventually, like, he'd call me, and it'd be like late at night. He'd be like, so how would I do this if I was going to promote this show, or how would I do that? And I'm like, thinking like, bro, you were just talking to me the other day, like you fucking knew it all. So if you knew it all, you should know how to be able to do that.
That's how he talked to me, because he called us after we buried him. He called us and was like apologetic for the way he came into West Virginia, and I basically fucking told him. I said, we don't care that you're here. Don't run the same fucking night as us. If he'd have came and said, hey, I'm coming to West Virginia, we wouldn't have been happy about it.
Yeah.
Right. But it is what it is. And it's the way he came into West Virginia. He came in to run his fucking mouth. Then he called and apologized. And I basically fucking told him, I said, I will run free shows the rest of the year, bro. That's just I will fucking run shows. Well, I'm fucking millionaire and I'm this and I'm that. I'm like, okay, well, if you're a millionaire first, if you got a ton of money, you don't fucking tell people you got a ton of money.
Exactly.
If you have money, you don't like to bleed money. And I promise you will bleed money when you fucking come up against us. And I promise him that.
It was Moose, Valentine, and Bob Orton.
Okay. Yeah, Bob Orton. Thank you. Yep. He and Bob. You know what? Maybe Bob Orton was there.
I don't know, but either way, it doesn't.
I know Valentine, because Valentine wasn't going to come if he wasn't getting fucking paid.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and like it got to the point where I literally told everybody, I was like, yeah, like, because that was the thing. I didn't want to start shit either, but I was so close. Like, I felt bad the other night because the only thing I got yelled at by, and not yelled at, just talked to by Chucky was, he was like, don't get on the fucking microphone. But like, why would you not just like jump Robbie Wayne and just go to town?
I agree.
I'm not sure about
that.
I said, when I went in the back, I was so fucking mad. Like, I was like screaming before I walked out the curtain because I'm literally looking and Robbie is gassed, dude. Like, that's why he wrote what he wrote online, because he's just fucking sucking wind and he's like, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go in there and kill this fucking kid. I'm like, and I was like, I don't want to. I was like, I don't want to be responsible for his real, like, death.
Yeah, well, I think that the way to go would have been put him in, and I think Chucky said this too, put him in a rest hold or something, just let him, don't lean on him, but just let him fucking rest or whatever. Yeah. I mean, he did go through, I mean, I guarantee he's never been through a gauntlet match before.
Oh, hell no. And that's what he said. And he was like, and I literally told him, I said, look, bro, I said, the only thing I'm asking of you, as I said, fucking listen to me. I said, if you listen to me, I swear to God, I'll take care of you in there. I said, we're not going to call any spots backstage. I said, and the big dude that's going to come in and give me the black hole slam, I turned and looked at him. I said, all you need to look for is the CM Punk fucking duck the clothesline DDT, or I mean the neck breaker. I was like, that's all you need to look for from me. I said, and that's your fucking cue. And he's like, okay. And I never yelled at him, but I covered him. I covered him and I went 1, 2. And I'm waiting for the guy to fucking pull my leg, and nobody's there. So dude kicks out on 2, and then I fucking grab him again, 1, 2, and then the guy's there to pull my fucking leg.
Tiberius. Yeah, he's a big dude.
Nice, hell of a nice guy.
Great guy.
And I literally was like, dude, and he took such good care of me. Black hole slam was nice and easy, everything like that. But I was like, fuck, you like missed this cue. I was like, where the fuck was he at? And then all of a sudden, like, I just was like, damn, dude, like Robbie was fucking blown. I'm like, but I'm just trying to like work with him as good as I fucking can. And I looked at Tremor, and Tremor's like looking at me like, I'm sorry, Brian, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's not you. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, I'm not mad at you. I was like, I'm just mad that like he's not going to be able to give me what he should be giving me. I say, because he's just fucking dead right now.
Right.
I was like, that's what I told Chucky. I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to get on the mic, but the point of the mic that I was bringing up was I was like, I so badly wanted to get on the fucking stick right after I got the belt, and I was about to be like, and this is what happens when you pay your dues, and fucking slam him.
Well, we already did that. I shot a promo and said about pay. I shot a shitty promo and he got fucking mad, and he tried to come at us again. And we fucking buried him again. Like, it was great. Yeah. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I don't ask Chucky. I say it all the time. I don't lose. I don't lose. Don't lose.
That's what I felt. I just felt he was so fucking disrespectful. Like, and that was my vibe with him. And I literally was like, dude, like, I don't care how old you are. I was like, you've been around this fucking business for a cup of coffee. I was like, and you treat everyone in it like a fucking piece of shit.
He's a money mark.
Yep. I was like, you treat everyone like a fucking piece of shit. I was like, and you were coming to my shows back in 2011 when I was fucking promoting. I'm like, so you're calling me up and acting like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but you used to sit in my shows. So I'm like, what the fuck? That
stupid hat. He's got the Tony Khan hat.
Yeah.
Punch me in his face. All right, I gotta get off here. I gotta get out here and eat and get this thing uploaded. So,
yeah.
Thank you guys. We'll see you on Thursday.
Yep.